Yo, what is up, Clashers, and welcome to our low series car setup guide. We are going to build car setups from series 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. But on series 5 and 6, we're going to build it alongside with you guys. And on series 2, 3 and 4, we already pre-made it. All the car components that you will see on the loadouts are relevant to their series. So, for instance, on series 2, there will be car components from series 2 and 1. From series 3, it will be from series 3, 2 and 1. From series 4 will be from 4 and below. And the same applies to series 5 and 6. We did get a lot of feedback from our last video of showing you which car setup you need for each series. And you guys suggested to make a video for the free-to-play players or the low spenders. So we are here in our second account, which is a pit pass only account. And I do suggest if you're a low spender to grab yourself the premium pit pass. It's the best value for money at the moment for a low spender. Right, so let's go over to our duels and we're going to go over to series 2. We're not going to do series 1 because all you need to do is win basically one race depending on the division that your club is, and it would be great for you to understand a little bit the game by yourself. So on series 2 we have a permanent track start towards the driver, which is tire management, and the rest rotates on the car setup, on the car component, sorry. So for the track starts for the car, we got speed on 1, we got power unit on Silverstone, and then we have 2 on cornering, which is Mexico and Barcelona. So from our previous videos, this tells us that we need a balanced car setup leaning towards cornering. So let's go over to our pre-made car setup, and this is how your series 2 car setup should look like. All the assets used here are from series 2 and below. Take over a screenshot if you would like to save this and build your own series 2 setup the same as mine. Over to series number 3. I believe this one has a permanent track start leaning towards the car component. So it is speed. We got Monza with speed, we got Baku with speed, we got Las Vegas with speed, and then we got Jeddah with speed. So our car setup on series 3 must be all about speed, and this is the one that we are currently using. We got the Fury, which is a series 3 and below, and even Zenith, which is a series 1. But all the stats goes towards the speed. As you can see, we got 65 points on speed, cornering 42, power unit 45, and qualifying 50. If you're thinking about what drivers to select on a low series, try and get yourself the better race start drivers. They do help a lot. And also follow the guide on the track start of what the driver needs. Over to series 4, I believe. Yeah, there we go. We're on overdrive, which has a permanent track start on overtaking. So here you can get your best race start driver and overtaking driver. We have Montreal with cornering, Sakir Desert with power unit, Sao Paulo with power unit, and then Shanghai with speed. So let's go over to loadout number 3 and our car setup for series 4 looks like something like this. We do slack a bit on the power unit, and that is because we need a little bit more of upgrading. But this would be how my car setup will look like. It was series 4, right? Series 4. Let's see if we can actually manage to get more power units then. We got more power unit here on Nexus. Curva doesn't have more power units. And the Pulse is series 5, so we're going to grab it. So look, for Nexus, we are going to lose 8 speed, put 1 more cornering, 2 more power unit, and 1 more qualifying. And this looks slightly better now for series 4. So that's how you're going to mix and match. So now, series 5, we're going to build this one ourselves. We're going to go over to the track starts, and it's all about cornering. Monaco, Zandvoort, Singapore, and Barcelona all have a permanent track start on cornering. So let's build this car setup from scratch with you guys. Onto our suspension. I believe a curver has a name for itself. It's solely built on cornering. It has 12 points on it. So we're gonna slap that one in. Over to our brakes. We got the Fury and I believe Monolith is Series 5. Yep. Monolith has 21 points on cornering. So there's no thinking about that one. Let's go down to the rear wing. And we got the Blaze that we say that it's one of the best rear wings for the low series. This is Series 6. We kind of use Euroblades. So yeah, the Blaze has 17 points towards cornering. So everything towards cornering looking great. We do have cornering and the qualifying going up. That is absolutely brilliant for us. Now we got our gearbox. We got Cold Fusion, Pivot, and the Surge is a Series 5 too. So the Surge has 5 on cornering. Pivot has 7. And Cold Fusion has 4, but we do have a lot of qualifying and power unit to apply with Cold Fusion. So let's add Pivot because it has 7 points towards the cornering, but then we're gonna have to reevaluate that one. So let's remember we have to swap Pivot. Over to engine. Thunderbolt is the one that has cornering. No questions asked on that one. And let's go over to the front wing. We are looking for cornering. This is Series 6. We cannot use it. And it's Gallop has 3 and Glide has 4. So let's put Glide because it has 4. And now let's reevaluate this a bit. Massively onto the cornering. Really good qualifying. So this car setup will look very good for Series 5. But you can reevaluate a few things. Let's go to the wing, the front wing. So we got Glide and we got Gallop. We are losing 1 cornering to gain 4 qualifying. We're not looking much about the speed, but this is something that you can actually test out yourself. So 4 qualifying looks decent enough to put in and just lose 1 on cornering. And the next one we were going to look was Pivot. Let's go over to Pivot and the Surge. You can lose 2 cornering and gain 16 on qualifying, 17 on speed and power unit 4. So for losing 2 cornering, I suggest we can use actually Surge, but we're only going to lose 1 cornering. Let me show you this. Let's put the Surge, 56, 40, 81 and 73. So now back to our front wing. Where's our front wing? It can actually now add cornering and gain a little bit of more power unit. Let me see. Yeah, let's get more power unit into that. Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? I just lost myself. Where's Pivot? Where is Pivot? Was it Pivot? No, it was not Pivot. It was, we were looking at the front wing, right? Yeah, there we go. Glide. Sorry about that. We got a little bit lost there with the car setups. Okay. Now that would be my Series 5 car setup. So 82 on cornering, 52 in speed, power unit 43, and qualifying 69. This looks like a very good car setup for Series 5. Let's now go over to our last one, which will be Series 6. And this one is a balanced setup, and I believe we're going to lean it towards speed because Las Vegas has speed and Spa has speed. The other two, cornering and power unit. So let's build ourselves a car from balanced leaning towards speed for Series 6. Right, let's go over and add the curve. We do know it does not have much speed, but we are going to keep it there for now. Going down, we want Fury because it has good speed. Blaze is a no-brainer. We got Surge, Cold Fusion, and Pivots. I think Surge had good speed. There we go. We're going to put the Surge in because it has good speed. Let's carry on down. And for our engine, Series 6, we got 8 on M4 Dash, 7 from Thunderbolt, 9 from Accordance. We're going to put M4 Dash with 8 because it does give you good stats on your qualifying and power unit. And now, lastly, will be our front wing. Got 6 in speed from Sabre. Sparky 3. 9 on Gallop. And 5 here. So let's see if we can add. So we need a little bit more speed. So we have to find some speed somewhere. Zenith was the one that we could change for 8 more speed. Now that looks like a good setup for Series 6 at the moment. So speed 74, cornering 61, power unit 55, and qualifying 72. You can probably get some more speed in there. Motion, no, Sphere doesn't have it. And Blade, lose some cornering, add some power unit, better qualifying. Now that one looks even better. This is what I probably would use. I would probably play around with the rear wing. But now we got speed 83, cornering 42, and power unit 53 with a qualifying of 80. So this one also looks like a really good setup for Series 6. You can play around with your rear wing, but we are doing the same thing all the time, focusing on speed. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have learned a little bit here for your low spenders and free-to-play accounts. Every asset that you see in here are based relevant to their series. So you should be able to build these cars and fly past the lower series. Once we reach Series 7 and above with our second account, we will be making a part 2 of this video. So make sure you like and subscribe.